Okay, so first of all we've got to start with Ivy, and what she's going to do is she's going to use 2 actions to shoot into the square with the police car. So she gets 2 dice to get a 4 or more. Missed. Done it. So she's got rid of 2. That means she is now up to 10 on her experience, and she's still got 2 actions left. Okay, what she's going to do, she's going to use 1 to move away from the abomination, and the second one, it's difficult to say. Is she going to move into the square with the car, or is she going to move away into the room? She's going to move away into the room for the moment. Not sure that was a good idea, but let's go over. We now have Chaz, and he has a submachine guns, and he's got twin dual weapons. So he's got 6 dice to have a shot. So he's going to have 6 dice to shoot into the square with the police car. And he has to get a 5 or more, and he's done it. He's got a 5 and a 6. So there you go. So those 2 are gone. So Chaz is up to 12. His second action is to move away from the abomination. His third one, he's going for it, is to go into the square with the car. And his fourth action is to go in the car, in the driver's seat. So he's actually in the driver's seat now. So we now have Eva. So she's going to use 1 action to move away from the abomination. The second action is to move into the square. Her third action is she's going to use her rifle. She gets +1 to it to shoot at one of these guys. So she needs a 3 or more. She's got a 6, so that's good. So that's one of them gone. So Eva is also up to 10. She's still got an action left. She's going to use that action to get in the passenger seat. Zombies can attack people in cars, so they're not immune from anything in the car. We now have Troy, who is the last one to go. He's going to use 1 action to move away, second action to move into here. His third action, because he's got a sword off, is to shoot into that zone. So he gets 2 dice to get a 3 or more. He's got a 5, so it's another one gone. So he's now up to 15, and his fourth action is to get in the car. Now, something that I'm not 100% sure on, if the zombies come into this zone with the car, it doesn't say whether they have to use an action to move away from the zombies. I'm assuming because they're in the car they don't need to, they can just drive. So that is the rule that I'm going to do. There might be some advanced rules that I haven't read yet that says you still have to use an action to avoid the zombies that are in that zone with you when you're in the car. But the way I'm going to play it is, that is an advantage for being in the car. You don't need to use an action to move away. But what will happen is when they move in the car, they will automatically attack the zombies with it. So we'll go on to zombie phase, and then I'll pause it and reread the rules on car movement, because I think you have to roll dice to get a certain amount to be able to take out a zombie. So we'll do zombie phase first, and we'll do the obvious bits, which are they're in that zone now. We'll do this, they're also in that zone. These two are there. So I'm just moving up. These three will come down. These here will move this way. This guy will come down here. He will move that way. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's equal distance. So again, they will split. These two will come up here. They're not in the car, they're just standing outside. These three will move up. Now, will the abomination move towards Ivy, or will it move towards the car? Now there's more noise and more survivors there, but they're in the car and the abomination can see Ivy. So I'm going to take it as though he has seen what's happened here, and he's seen that there's more zombies there, more humans there, but decisions. Will the car obscure his view from the survivors? So no, I'm going to move him up with Ivy, because he can get to her. Now these two, they can see, well, they can't see Ivy because you can only see one room, you can't see two. So there's a lot of noise here, and it's the nearest point for them. So I would say that they would move out. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's right. So we'll now spawn. Right, 2 walkers appear at the sewers. Okay, so we've got 2 walkers are going to appear there, because Ivy is on there. Because these are in the middle, it's going to be all of these again. So it's going to be 2 here and 2 here. 2 come out of there. Let's just get another one out of the box. 2 will appear at that manhole. I think that's the only 3 manholes that they will be in. Yes, it is. So we go to that one up there. Right, it's abomination. Now I'm only going to use 1 abomination in this, so nothing happens. Down here, 1 walker. Now with that abomination coming up, you could say, oh well, the abomination will take an extra turn, but it doesn't say abominations take extra turn, it just says abomination appears, but he's already on the board. If he was dead, then another one would have appeared. So we now do this spawn zone. All walkers, 1 extra turn. Now we are in trouble. We are in a lot of trouble. Those walkers can still attack those 3 in the car. So you've got 1, 2, 3. Do they chow down on 1 or chow down on all 3? Not sure on that. It says in the book when they attack they all start chowing down on someone, but there's 3 survivors, so I'm assuming they will attack all 3. You got, so 3 of the walkers will attack, and the other 3 walkers will attack, so that's 6 hits. So that means all those survivors are dead, because the zombies are eating them all. You've got 6 zombies who are going to attack 6 times. That's 2 off each. So they've broken into the car and they've killed all 3. course these would all move in as well for chowing down. So would all this lot. So that's a very short game. These three would also move in there. So it's just proof that I'm not cheating. I could have cheated and redone this video, taken that go out, but I'm not going to. Disaster. Absolute disaster. All we've got left is Ivy. Can she do it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video here, clear up all this mess, get rid of those characters, and let's see if Ivy can do it. I doubt it, but you never know. She might be able to pick a few off from range. So without further ado, I'll finish this video, give you a quick zoom around. There she is, all on her own. So, 3 survivors taken out in one hit. See you guys on the next video.